Hello everybody and welcome back to the finale for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. This is it. We're at the very end of the last two patches of the game, which only have, I think, a combined total of, 9 quests are left. So that all being said, I do want to talk about some stuff real quick, because I ended off last stream a little, I guess, confused about the whole shards thing, the whole, like, shards, different, like, realities and stuff like that with all the stuff with the Warriors of Darkness. So I did actually go ahead and do a tiny bit of research into what was being talked about. Obviously, I was careful and I avoided any spoilers that lead into stuff like Shadowbringers or Endwalkers. So my impression right now is that the Warriors of Darkness came from the first being the first crystal fragment out of the main source, the source being Heidlin, the main world that we're in. And there are 13 fragments total, 14 if you include the source. They came from the first. The way I kind of took it away as is it's like a pH scale, where from 1 to 13, 1 is the most light, 13 is the most darkness. 1 having the most light, the Warriors of Darkness used to be Warriors of Light, did their job so well in defeating the Ascians and every other villain that they encountered that the world overexposed itself in light, essentially destroying it. And the only way that the Warriors of Darkness could essentially save themselves and their world was to join the Ascians, kill themselves so they could come to the source and cause another calamity in the source, and that would cause basically Heidlin to reabsorb one of the shards, like she had done before, because she's already done that 7 times with like the previous 7 calamities. So yeah, I think it's a little, mind you, I'm still in the process of waking up, so that all sounds like a bunch of gibberish, probably. But for those that hopefully kind of more or less get it, I think I kind of get the gist of what's going on with like the Warriors of Darkness now. And obviously right now it's meant to be kind of vague. Obviously, as I've been told, it'll be further explained once we get to Shadowbringers and Endwalker stuff. So that being said, Warriors of Darkness are no more. It seems like the whole deal with what Urianger was doing, everything that he was up to, has finally come to light, and obviously trust is a little on the iffy side right now with him. But I'm hoping that from here on he can be a little more forthwith with us now that all that business has been done. But let's recoup back in the Rising Stones and see what's what. Also, just double checking, is my mic volume coming in just fine, or is it too loud? It all sounds okay, so I'll just go ahead and assume that everything is running just fine. Okay, so, oh god, it really is like I'm playing fucking A Realm Reborn all over again, with like the characters being in their usual spots, like Alphino's right here, Ida's right there, Papalimo's over here conversing, Thancred's over here, and Moonbreeda's over. Oh. Jataru has a request for you. Ah, Vel, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Sure. The Diamond Forge, and that would be up north in Mordona. Let's see. Oh, around where Rowena's stuff is. Right. Hold on. Diamond Forge, where is that? Oh, over here. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. What? Everyone ready to go to work? Huh? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. Wait, what are you doing to me? What? Ow? You brought me down to 1 HP. There, all finished. The warrior lights every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. What? Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Vel. All in good time. You could have just asked me. Aha, found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Could have been worse, forced Fantasia. No, I don't want to be a LaFell. Or even worse. Here? I'm so basic.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Alize really is just no nonsense, straight to business, ain't she?
Thank you, Alize. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the warriors of darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand...
Prey returneth to the Waking Sands.
And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Also, wait, antecedent? Man, I thought I was saying it right this whole time by saying antecedent, because a lot of other characters are saying antecedent, but now Alphino, Mr. Big Brain, comes out and says, no, it's antecedent, you bunny-brained loser. Fucking hell.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
Kryle's smile.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Don't let it be me. I'm too busy.
Based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
I was gonna say, damn it, Thancred, I said not me.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
Uh-oh, what's going on? What the?
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her! Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
What?
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
He's essentially bringing the fight to them and saying, look, you either fight with us or you're against us, kind of thing. Like, now you have no choice. I'm bringing the Gurlian Empire to you, which is bold, to say the least.
His plan is flawed. Even should the resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Also, just in case I didn't say it last stream, I really do like Papalimo's new voice. I think this fits way better than the weird kind of posh voice that he had. Actually, posh isn't even the right word. He just sounded really weird in A Realm Reborn. And I really do prefer this new voice. In fact, honestly, I think now that we have all the Scions here, I think I can more or less kind of say that about all the Scions that we've regrouped with. Urianger sounds better, Thancred sounds better. From what I heard of Ishtola's new voice sounds better. No, Ishtola does sound better. I meant to say Menphilia, or the word. She sounds good too, and obviously Ida sounds way better for me personally. But you know, I like all these new voice actors.
Be that as it may, If there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd almost say that Y'shtola would make for a good antecedent.
There's a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Oh.
The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
The narrator was
himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
So the narrator for the previous patch 2 was Papalymo. Alright. And let's head back to Ishgard. Alright, wait, other way. I'm doing fine. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here, I will summon Sir Emmerich. It's good to see you, my friend. It's but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. So liking Papalymo a little more, are you? Yeah, pretty much. Also, excuse me for just a few minutes. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Hope you guys liked Crackling Fire ASMR, because I sure did. Anyways, yeah, I'm back. But yeah, no, I'm liking Papalymo a little more, and you know what it actually is? I thought about it a little bit. Of a good voice will help in endearing me to a character far faster than straight up personality traits. Like, you can be a really compelling character but have one of the most annoying voices in the world. Not saying that A Realm Reborn Papalymo had one of the most annoying voices in the world, but just saying. And I just zone out. Whereas I think even badly written characters can be relatively compelling if they have a pretty decent VA behind them. Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 comes to mind, where it's like, listen, dude, I don't care how interesting you are. You sound like such a fucking tryhard. Anyways, let's continue with the story. Well, Clamat is another example, yes. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Of course. I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handeloop that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Vel, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. So, something else I've kind of noticed in watching some of my other friends play FF14 for the first time is that some of them have been kind of skipping through a lot of the dialogue that's in the text boxes but has no voice to it, and they still more or less know what's going on by the time they hit the next voice cutscene. But I feel like, at least for me personally, a lot of people can get annoyed by it. It's like, oh, okay, so after what Emmerich just say, what does Lucia have to say? If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Basically just reestablishing what was just said, right? But for me personally, at least, I think this helps and kind of make everything feel a little bit more real, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, it's weird, but like, it feels a lot less like movie-like or game-like to just like, oh, and then we cut to the part where they're already walking to their destination kind of thing, right? Instead, we're gonna have characters discuss, okay, so now we have to head over this way and then head this way, and then we gotta go here and then we gotta go there kind of thing, right? Like, sometimes it can come across as a little forced or maybe sometimes a little like redundant, but I think personally it kind of just helps build how real the world of Hydaelyn is. Also, is the world just called Hydaelyn? And then 17 years passed in the Shire. Wait. If I just go... Technically not. God, though, I am actually pretty eager to see the next area of the game, because it's funny. I thought I was going to get sick of Ishgard by the time that we were done with Heavensward. Bro, I've become so endeared to this place. Like, all its history, like the leitmotif, like just everything about Ishgard I kind of fucking love. So I'm like super eager to see what Stormblood does with its own area. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. I concede that there was ever I concede that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink Skarstra in the Republic's Book of Statutes. The nature of the planet is elaborated on in Endwalker. Gotcha. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Of course. I'm just like, okay, I'm occasionally just glancing up at that Speen fucking chat message. I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw it, and I'm just like, God, like, I think I really am just gonna have to play through Dawn Trail in Japanese whenever I get to it, because I unironically think that kind of voice acting might just take me out of the whole experience, if I'm being completely fair. Like, I could just play it as is, and I don't want to be like mean to the VA or anything. It's just that, God, from everything I've heard of Dawn Trail and just some of the stuff that I've seen, it just seems like a big mess, to say the least. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Vel? You may see a familiar face. Is it my love Hershifont revived? Oh, well, if it isn't him. Vel, old boy, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you will excuse. All the dialogue for Heavensward Endwalker was recorded in England. Dawn Trails was recorded in Los Angeles. Ah, well, that explains everything. Wait, even the British VAs? Even them? They recorded their stuff in LA? Nay, do not trouble yourself, Onawa. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Command. Oh! I see what's happening here. Emanelaine became basically the stand-in. Well, I say the stand-in, but he's essentially replaced Harshifont as far as like the ward for House Fortum. That's cool. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll level for your worthy to sit where he... I doubt I'll level feel worthy to sit where he sat. Oh, don't tug my heartstrings like that. Yeah, we can but play the hand we're dealt. and with a little help from the veterans and Onawa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Alright. Do it for both of us, Emmeline. Alright, next up, speak with Sir Emmerich in New Gridania. Oh, I should be familiar to the areas and okay. It's the local dance troupe is in town. Seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Baelsar's Wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short malms away. Diplomatic duties have Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as entrapped and enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes on. Oh my God, read! As when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? I see that person around a lot. Fran Kisaragi? I see that person around a lot. It's funny because I don't recognize many just casual names here and there, but I think if they stand out like that, I definitely recognize them, which I mean, hey, if that's the intention, then hang on. Oh, at Nafika's altar. I know where that is, but I'm taking a warp. Black Contrators? Oh, I see. Oh. The envoy from Mishkard has arrived. Very good. This way if you play... Ah, and the Leminson party as well. Oh, hey Merwub. Hello, Yuguri. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Vel, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Master Vel, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing Scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Long time no see!
Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's Wall against the Empire.
Raubon, my dude, have you washed your face since we saved you? He's got like some black markings around, not the scars, but like around the scars. He's got like some dirt around his face, and I don't know if that's like permanent or...
When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to
He's been
contend with
busy.
the remnants of
Fair
but a
enough.
single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
Hey, that, honestly, dude, that's good.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
Oh, and her voice changed again. I'm assuming that thing that was talked about in the server happened around this time, and her voice had to change again.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Surely nothing can go wrong, right? That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good, you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich. Master Alphino, pleasure as always. And Mistress Alizé, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption, I had hoped to thank Vel for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Forgive me, my lord, I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with the simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Ugary? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Baelsol's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Speak with Alize at Revenant's Toll. Oh boy, back to Mordona. Welcome back, Phil. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. Alize is my favorite Scion. I like Alize so far. She's very kind of matter-of-fact and straight to the point. I think Alphino so far is like my second favorite, just because of the attachment that I've had to him with Heavensward and whatnot. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. If Alphino's willing to do shit on his own, I mean, hey, who's to say, right? Griffin on the wall. Oh boy. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Ah, you are returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl! How's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Chitaru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial attack of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out for Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with the shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryle and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you Leveliers? One does not simply walk into Golemold. I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worst, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Vel? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. If you have any unfinished business in the Tull, pray attend to it now. I would depart for Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. I wish there was a way to, like, adjust the cursor speed without it being so fast. Ah, Vel, there you are. Come, Amari-sized spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments on the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say if 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the griffin in the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Don't make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Oh, sorry. Do make up your mind, Ida. Trust me, Papalymo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. Fucking face like, I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. All right. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. I was here by somehow YouTube muted the live. Oh, I see. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee, having borne the brunt of your blows, I need to read. May I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Well, until now, thanks, Jenks. Report. What? Seven hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company Uh-oh. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it could be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Vel, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo, and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Oh boy. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. And as we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways into the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades as they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not want to propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we'll make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Elsar's wall is now accessible. Do I actually want to go Dragoon for this? Actually, I might actually go... I'm thinking either... Not Machinist. Okay, I'll go Dark Knight. Oh. Hi, Stunt. Well, wait, actually, if you're here, would you mind actually instead going tank, and then I can go DPS with a Dragoon. I'll invite you to my party. All right, we're good to go. Source wall. But yeah, after this, we've got one quest left after this, and then we start getting into the finalizing patch for Heavensward. So I'm eager to see how this stuff concludes, because I'm fairly interested so far in this stuff. Honestly, it's kind of funny. I never once noticed that Baelsar's wall is literally just right here. I don't think ever once that I noticed that this was here. Like, I just never caught it, I suppose, because it's like, there's like level 21 enemies over here, and then you're telling me, oh, by the way, Imperial Fortress over there. I just never noticed it. Yeah, this is the last Heavensward dungeon. Here, actually, let me turn on my lights. Well, I hope it's a good dungeon. Oh, shit. All right. It's kind of funny because I think if I knew that this is where I'd be going, I probably would have had the finale screenshot be like this or something of the sort. But I honestly think having it on Ishgard is a better kind of closer. Also, let me briefly check my messages and stuff like that while we wait. Just checking some stuff. Oh yeah, I actually meant to talk about this for a little bit. I do want to maybe get a redesign done for my PNG tuber for when we start Stormblood. Obviously, it'll be, so actually, a couple things I should probably talk about while we wait. So I do want to get a redesign done for my PNG tuber to more accurately reflect the progress that I've made with Heavensward. Likely changing it so Colin, my PNG tuber, has like a ponytail, to reflect it, and maybe changing his, I'm debating on what to have his armor be updated to, because obviously the default Vieira gear is kind of basic, all things considered, especially for how far we are into the game, and I feel like I should probably stick with something a little more permanent, if not something a little more reflective of what we'll be doing for Shadowbringers. Sorry, Shadowbringers, blah, Stormblood. Oh, I never realized? Wait, what? What did you never realize? Your PNG tuber was the Milviera starting gear. Yeah! But yeah, that's update number 1. And I guess as far as like the second thing I wanted to talk about is how I'll be handling Stormblood stuff. So, because primarily I do Sonic-oriented things, I will be taking a small break from streaming Final Fantasy XIV for a decent chunk of October, just for the sake of getting some other stream stuff done, and obviously catching up on, I think finishing up Final Fantasy VII is something I want to do, but also I want to play Sonic Adventure 2 for the channel, since Sonic Shadow Generations is coming up, and I think that would be like a 2-stream affair, if anything. and then update it for Shadowbringers. Ooh, okay. But yeah, I'll be playing Sonic Adventure 2 in 2 weeks on the channel. So next week will be an off week, and then the week afterwards will be Sonic Adventure 2, and then probably the week after, let me see. So if next week is an off week, then the week after Sonic Adventure 2, and then probably what I can do is the week after that I can do Sonic X Shadow Generations is what I can do. And then once all that Sonic stuff is done and out the way, I'll be starting Stormblood proper. But yeah, so that's generally the plan. And I actually I've been considering it for, oh, bye Stent. And I've been considering it for a bit, but I'm in talks with somebody of upgrading my PNG tuber from 2D art to a full 3D model that tracks my my movements and stuff like that, just for a little bit more of an immersive experience. It would still be the current character Colin, but he would look a little more like this as far as like general appearance. But I feel like I may save that for when I get to either Stormblood or Shadowbringers. If all goes well, I will recommend them to you, and you can get the same treatment done for your own PNG, for your own VTubing stuff. Because I admittedly I do want to test the waters before like I, you know, fully commit to it and whatnot. Want me to log in and go as healer? Well, we've been waiting for 5 minutes at this point. We should be fine if it pops in just another few. But if you want, but yeah, no, I'm used to, lately it feels like queuing up his tank hasn't been giving good duty queue times. Feels like they've been a lot longer since funny enough, ever since I started playing tank, it feels like the duty queues for tank have been like really long for, oh yeah, we just popped. There we go. Wee. Well, I was about to boot up at 14. Black Shroud, Baelsar's Wall. Yo, is that a bulldog? Actually, not a bulldog. It looks more like a fucking looks more like a fucking pug, like a fucked up pug. It's been a hot minute since I played Dragoon. Yeah, PNG tubers are nice just because if you want to have like just a way to like, I guess, express yourself without having like a face cam and stuff like that, and obviously if you just would rather represent yourself as like a character and whatnot, it's just really useful. I love the combo attacks that I get as Dragoon later on. Just some of the most satisfying. Oh, identification key. My bad. And money since I live outside the NA. Those kind of prices. Yeah. First to Basu. Oh shit, I lost a lot of health there. Oh. Wait, why $100? There we go. Oh, I like this music. Now would probably be a good time to do this. Right. I'm just spamming my AoE. There we go. Whee! Ah! Stay on the grid. Oh no! Oh fuck. I almost considered using my LB3. Ah, shit. I probably shouldn't have popped Battle Litany right at the boss was gonna die. That was my mistake. Oh, I can see the fires. That means we're getting close. Pop in another battle litany. Back to AoE spam. Final bossu. I knew it. I knew it. I kind of figured. Oh my god. Y'all are over here in a fucking dance troupe. That's the we're about to fight Ilbert dance. Oh shit.
Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb.
Sloppy. Sloppy. Fuck. I probably should have waited for a heal on that. Ugh. Yeah. Let's try that uno más. One more. You wiped? What a sloppy. Wait, what? Why the hell can I still hear him? Stent is still fighting, yeah. Damn, they're holding their own though. Oh my god. Sloppy. Hey, yo.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Alright, well, I guess we're dancing now. Come on, Stent, you can do it. Oh my god. You can do it, Stat!
Yeah. How'd you like this? Yeah.
Oh my god. Instead, he's over there fighting for his fucking life. Oh. Damn. You tried your best. I tried. Good effort, though. Valiant effort. A sloppy performance on my part. I already fucking love this boss fight for its memeability. What's that you wiped? That was a sloppy performance. God, this game really does have Xenoblade levels of like memeability with its boss quotes. I kind of love it. On par with, you will pay for your insolence. Yeah, roaring time. Shit. Oh, we're doing much better this time. Wait, restraint coffer. Restraint collar, what? Hey, we beat him before he could pull off his stupid move. Better not just be me left. Hooray! Oh. Okay. I got him. Holbert's gone all floppy now.
You've beaten me, aye.
You could say, in that fight, I was a little sloppy. Fucking hell.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Ascians will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eodia.
Wait. Laurentius? I remember this guy.
They die that others may live.
Wait, what do you... Oh.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Ooh. Wait, but these are Ilbert's people. Why is he...
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Like, these aren't actually flame soldiers or like brass blades or anything. These are Ilbert's people. Oh, damn. I mean, yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, with lasers, too.
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
Huh?
There you are.
Wait, where did Ilbert go?
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
Oh, there he is.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilberd, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now! Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Oh, fuck me.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
Also, I love how all the Alamegans just have northern accents. Yeah, I kind of like it.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen so
Saw this coming from Pluto.
They no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true.
Oh, that...
A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Oh.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal? You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations.
He's gonna pull a Thornton.
Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Oh. What?
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape. There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisois briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of
Oh no.
I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tipsamati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
God damn it, you can't. You.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
I need to take a moment. Holy shit. Oh my god. Get used to it. Holy fuck. Oh. No, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Also, Stunt, you're evil. You asked me earlier in the stream. So, liking Papa Limo a little more, are you? You coy fucking rabbit. You knew what you were doing, damn you! You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing. What had to be done. Master Louisa wore that same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, alright? I know. I still blame Emmerich? Why? Why do you blame Emmerich for this? There is nothing more you could have done. Ilbert caught us all off guard. Even Vel was powerless to stop him. What did Emmerich do? Emmerich over here catching stray. Oh, right, the eyes. Fuck. right. I almost completely forgot. It's like, yeah, what started this in the first place? Oh, right, cast it into the fire. Shit. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalimo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. As soon as we get the other Scions, we lose one immediately. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Y'shtola and the others of our imminent return. How does this game keep fucking doing it, man? How does this game keep being just so good? You've started to believe. I mean, I've been a believer since post-game of Realm Reborn, but you know. Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Elbert. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nithog, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. I can't begin to imagine the state you'll be in once you hit the credits for Endwalker. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's aether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I'm certain Papalimo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as of yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess Nithog's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. God damn those fucking losers, the Warriors of Darkness. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation, Kryl. I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. What? Without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Archon Ishtola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alisaie, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to fate Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Oh my fucking god. And with that, we have 4 quests left. To really quickly read the description. The Griffin has played his final hand. By harnessing the wrath and despair of his dying countrymen, did he give form to a new divinity. The power of Neithhog's eyes and his own mortal demise did give it life. Only through the swift and desperate action of an Archon was the primal sealed away. But even now, this incarnation of vengeance strains to escape its prison of light. Oh boy. Well, with 4 quests left, let's wrap up Heavensward for realsies. Vel, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it'll be before... A communication from the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. Thanks. Word from Gridania. The council will be shortly reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Ishtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concern about how long it will remain so. I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise into the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Yeah, the last time we had a moon with a primal in it hanging over the land, things didn't exactly end well. Oh? Game ended last time.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Whoa.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Yes, my dude, that is literally what he just said.
Hey? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
My man's got a presence about him. I like him already.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
You. Oh fuck!
God, man, are you all right?
Fucking hell!
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
You know what? I needed that. I needed that to lift my spirits. But also, that tells me which class I'm likely going to be maining. Oh, hi, Stunt. That also tells me what class I'm likely going to be maining for Stormblood. No, wrong one. But yeah, that likely tells me what... Damn, really rocking that ninja look. Nice. But yeah, I'll definitely have to level up, Samurai a little bit more on my off time. If anything, I'll definitely try to get it up to level 60 before I start, Stormblood. 1 second, New Gridania. Conjurer's Guild.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Fair enough. Get back to my serious face.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
Oh.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Concerning, to say the least.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
Finally, a fair fight. These primals as of late have been too easy.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Oh, hey, Nero.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
By the by, my commissions are open.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contain such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
It only took it being brought up in post-game of A Realm Reborn to finally come back around. It's been a while since this shit got brought up.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allegans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it. I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering
Bahamut is shadow confirmed.
considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
Hey, I only do that whenever they ask me. Not because I'm forced to. How dare.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allegans?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's to say that you're not then going to use Ultima against us if you're the only one that can control it?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allegans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
The thing is, too, a big part of what felled the Allegans was just like, you know, it's been for fucking ever, and maybe cloning ourselves wasn't the best idea.
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Well, yeah, the Calamity was part of it, but it was also like internal stuff. Also, he makes a convincing case. No, but I'll keep an eye on him. You can trust me, Sid.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice.
What was it? The fourth Umbral era that that was the fall of the Allegan Empire, or was it the fifth?
Would the council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of
Fifth.
former
Okay.
Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allegan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
The other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Yeah, because Zand started messing with the Void Scent.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh?
He was using the Crystal Tower and Dalama to Terra Rift, yeah. The Allegans interacting with the Cloud of Darkness, yeah, basically, is what caused the Allegan Empire to fall, essentially. I'm aware of the lore, see? Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alize is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Boy, 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 boy. Hold on. Ooh, I actually have a few things in my inventory I can use. Hold on. Inventory. Yum. Foods. Wait a minute. Alright, so the speak was said at the airship landing in Gridania. But yeah, also, Yukarn, I actually ended up kind of looking up some of the details about the whole Warriors of Light thing, and I think I more or less get it now. Basically, think of it like a pH scale for like acidity in water and stuff like that. The first shard has the most light, whereas the 13th has the most darkness. Given that the Warriors of Light basically cleansed their shard of all evil, it got over engulfed with light, and then that shard ended up getting nearly destroyed, basically. So in order to fix their world, or to just basically die, they allied with the Ascians, killed themselves, and traveled to the source in order to cause another calamity, so the first shard could basically meld into the source. Like, I more or less get it now. Vel, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking around in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. And the 13th shard was the first the Ascians tried to rejoin with the source, but failed. Yeah. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cart now? So the shard wasn't destroyed, but consumed by darkness. Yep. And that's what essentially became the void, the world of the void, essentially. Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear that their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Alize just gives him the side eye. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Ishtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I'm able. Vel, pray accompany Alize back to the Rising Stones. I shall feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. You're traveling with Master Garland, sir. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? Fuck it, I'm teleporting there. I don't want to walk.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Can I just say, by the way, is it just me, or does Nero's face look like oddly out of place for the game he's in? Like, I don't know, it's just something about the way his face is modeled, like the way his chin kind of has like those shadows around it. Like, something about him just doesn't look great.
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
My dude, we can revoke your hospitality at any given moment if we want to. Reminder, you are a guest here.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Wait, what? It's a funny joke.
We are returned.
Yes, yes you are.
Well, Ida and I at least. Ishtola and the others remained behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino.
By your leave!
Excuse me?
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Shadow Walker? Oh.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
Okay, Nero, chill the fuck out, man.
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Val, wait, can I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Yes, I remember it very well. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. Oh? You can try it on right now if you like. Oh. Damn. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So how does it feel? Yeah, thumbs up, I like it. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed this piece of sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Yeah, I dig it. Though I might get rid of the monocle. I'm not super keen on the monocle, but you know what? The fit works. Hold on. Armory chest. Character. No, hold on. Inventory. And I can probably glamour it up later. Finally, a headpiece I can wear. I know. Give me a second, by the way. Gonna stretch real quick because I've been sitting for a little bit too long. All right. What? Why are you yelling at me? Let's continue. Oh wait, I just noticed I have a spare orchestration in my, There we go. What? My cat's yelling at me. All right. Who is that? So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I'll remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Ishtola and Kryl? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cart-No expedition party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Vel, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of the security. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. Boy, 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 boy. All right, and there's everyone. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartno before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Align Wayu, who was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire, the Empire, holy shit, that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Did you model your Did you model my VTuber base to fit this playthrough? It looks cool. Yes, I did. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Oh boy. Still can't believe this game has Stan Lee cameos? Wait, what do you mean?
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course.
Oh, Excelsior. Gotcha.
Through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Oh, who's this bulky man?
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
For all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
All right, let's do it. I can tank it. This guy looks like a big Monster Hunter fan. Yeah, I agree. Surrender! We have you outnumbered. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, sorry, getting a phone call. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Huh? Even my character's like, what the fuck? What's he talking? Huh? Hey, yo? Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. Oh, my character's like, oh, hell yeah. What the? No one told me they'd have a magic tech armor. Forward for the Empire. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Alright, what do we got? Oh, fuck. Oh, this is fun already. Oh shit.
Your defense is nothing.
That still only counts as one. Nice Lord of the Rings reference, buddy. There we go. Captain hits us as often as they may not for a tactical retreat. Hey, you can't just run off! Deserting a battle bull is punishable by death. Alright, buddy, what you got? You want to fight? Let's go! I can tank it. Hit me with whatever you got, buddy. Okay, yeah, actually, I can take it. There we go.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess, we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
I hope this doesn't go horribly fucking wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Well, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Now I just want to hear ba-da 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 ba-da-da-da ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I'll hush. There's the Primal. And there'd be Omega. Damn. Holy shoot. What primal is that? I know they probably said their name earlier, Rag something? This is so fucking cool, though. Dude, I swear, when Square Enix pops off with the cutscenes, they really do pop off. Whoa. I cast Brine. What? It's just like my Gallic gun! If only it were that easy to get new teeth. Whoa. They're still going. Or not?
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
Don't tell me it got defeated.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Huh?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
I mean, I certainly hope that everything went according to plan. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait! We must first... The Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Goetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. Goetsu, it's Gosetsu. Gosetsu. Well, thanks, Yuguri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Let's go to the Conjurers Guild. Had I not instructed you to throw Needhugs accursed into the abyss, all of this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. That's fine, Emmerich. It's not your fault. It is his fault, but you know. We don't like to blame Emmerich here. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. You indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position at the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing. That much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gurabania. Primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope to never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight, until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the Primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. In Shinryu, it would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have alas no eyes on Gurabanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force, under the command of Marshal Tarupin, to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border, and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join in the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Gurabania. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Yeah. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others have gathered at the Amarisai's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Lead on. Yeah, I admittedly do like the forested areas too. I think they look neat. Let me see.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind. and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Oh?
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I'm actually not even sure what the correct answer here would be, because why did you never tell me almost sounds like, come on, I thought we were closer than this, but at the same time it's like ellipses almost feels more appropriate. Let's go with ellipses.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role.
You know, Lise, identity theft is not a joke.
Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me.
Right, so that explains the whole thing with like, Ida, it's been so long, and she's like, wait, what? Huh? Oh, right, yeah, we know each other from this thing. Yeah, that makes sense now.
The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Also, I think it's kind of interesting that, again, she looks really photogenic.
To do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lisa to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taru and my sister. Oh, are we done? Oh, we're done. Holy shit. Okay, so now for some post-game thoughts. Say hello to Lise, the original Wooklamat. Okay, so generally speaking, I think the ending for this post-game content wasn't as politically gripping as the ending of Post to Rome Reborn, but I would be fucking lying if I didn't say it wasn't more packed with content. There is so much going on in this post-game content that it blows Realm Reborn's out of the water, even though I think personally I was a little more invested in the happenings of Post to Realm Reborn's endgame content just because it was setting up for this. But this feels like the payoff to everything, which I really like. So what I'm trying to say is this is kind of perfect. But yeah. After about a month of playing or so, we are done with Heavensward in its entirety. We're not going to sit through the credits all the way through. We're actually going to go ahead and skip to the last bit here. So skip. Oh wait, is that actually, do we not get like a post credits like setup for Shadowbringers? Sorry, not Shadowbringers, for Stormblood? He may have mentioned, but Alphino has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lise has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gurabania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As I rather suspect, do you? Oh, now we get it. So now we're taking the wall. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. I mean, still honoring your friend despite all that. That's good. Meanwhile, in Garlemald... Bro, what is the point of having a throne room so fucking large that, like, what do you do here all day? My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Balsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues. Though both yet elude us, my lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Oh, actually, who's this? Forgive me, my lord, I did not intend... Your will will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. My new best friend. Stan, I don't like it when you're ominous. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold the crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. And with that, we're done. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching these Heavensward streams. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for really sticking around and watching these with me and experiencing this fucking incredible story with me, quite frankly. It'll be some time before I start Stormblood. If anything, like I said, I plan to get some of the Sonic stuff that's coming up out of the way first, so next week will be a break week, and then the week after both days I'll be doing Sonic Adventure 2, and then following that week will be Sonic X Shadow Generations. Depending on how that game goes, I don't know if I'm gonna do like a full playthrough of Sonic Generations on its own, or if I'm just gonna do the Sonic X Shadow Generations part, like the Shadow Generations part, I should say. But that can all be saved for a later stream. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you've only tuned in for the FF14 streams, then I'll see you in a bit, because it's going to be a bit before we start Stormblood. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.